is a kaleidoscope, an instrument, the mere form of vibration. The instrument is so constructed that it has a power to absorb certain vibrations and to reflect others. Infinite reflection. Some source to set this vibration going. Is not the air this meter? No. It is the beautiful light. Whence come the colors in the kaleidoscope?
Good Monday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks, SUVs, the motorcycles, the Kiefer dog, the kid. Wow, what a beautiful Monday morning. Cool, nice breeze, overcast, but not too bad really. It's kind of enjoyable because it's been kind of sunny and hot, and here comes the kid and the Ram 2500. She's on a mission today, and the mission she's on is to go kayaking. Woo! She probably didn't know that bump was that big, did she? Yeah, so we got some kayaks back here that I bought years ago, and we haven't used in years. So this is gonna be very interesting. She's on a mission today to go kayaking with one of her friends, and this will be a whole new experience for her. So this is kind of intriguing. And as always, thanks so much for watching my channel for all those on this Memorial Day Monday, Memorial Day weekend. Wow. Yeah, these things haven't been used in a while, have they? The paddles are still intact. Yeah, I definitely want to hose these things out and clean them out. Yeah, this is a project for the kids. So, yeah, so many years ago, we used to kayak here in the pond, but the lily pads took over, and kind of disappointing. The lily pads, I thought, were all gone. I thought the Nutria got it. It didn't. So the little lily pads are back. That's a drag. So the whole point of that is the pond got so overwhelmed with these lily pads that you couldn't kayak anymore in this pond. So there they are. I told the kid, hope she didn't find a snake in one of them, or spiders. She'd be freaking out. So she'll have to really do a thorough job of cleaning these up. That's going to be a project. But hey, she's excited. So that's what matters most, right? Said, good morning to all those out there that watch my channel. Hey, I got cleaned up, didn't I? Finally get my scruffy looking face kind of cleaned up because it was starting to itch too much. And I just getting to look a little too rough there. So it's a Monday morning conversations. You know, I really don't have a lot. I just figured I'd reach out because it's interesting when I don't make a morning video. People do actually reach out like, hey, you okay? What are you doing? And so I really was more about this morning honoring the fallen ones, honoring those that have given us the home of the free because of the brave. And I think that, and sadly in our country where it is today, that's, you certainly have to question how many people favor that anymore. I mean, sincerely, for all the men and women that sacrifice themselves for this country, and you just scratch your head sometimes between the political powers to be, governing bodies to be, individuals, you in so many ways feel like they wish this country wouldn't have home of the free, and would be more of a home of the slaves, and because of the scared ones. Here comes the kid. So she's on a mission. I think if you get some spray 9, spray those down, hose them out, I think you'll be okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, here we are going over to the shop, and you know, it's very intriguing to me on my channel that so many do reach out and support me, and I really do sincerely appreciate that. I really take that to the heart, and it keeps the channel going. as far as just interacting with others. And I hope Don and Jenny are having a blessed day. And Corporal Busa, Metallica, and Biker Bug, and Mr. Fisher. And I mean, for me, I have so many true followers that really do follow me and listen to me on a regular basis. I apologize to any of those I don't mention your name. It's just a constant information overload. It's so strange in how my gate got blown apart and my light sensor that's been blown apart. So I've got a real serious project today, just getting the gate back in order. Had to buy a new one yesterday from Tractor Supply. And if you watch my channel, you saw me blasting around the Honda Talon. It's Honda Talon. It is so much fun. And here we are. We're now at a month living as camper. And I'm trying to remember which one of my subscribers called me out and said that I wouldn't last this thing but a few days. We love the camper. I love the camper. For me, I've lived in this house since 1991. So it's just a nice change. And I'm just an outdoor person. I just love being outdoors and doing things. So it's just so accommodates the lifestyle that I really am of all the cars and trucks, which I've talked about that many times. But it has a water leak coming into the one bathroom in the back area. And I got to take the time to take apart a panel. It's on the sink. I swear somebody probably didn't tighten down a water fitting. I can about guarantee you that's what that is. Kid drove the Plum Crazy yesterday for the first time. She just loves that. And we rode the Hondas a little bit yesterday. Not very long, though, actually. But the Hondas are so nice. They really are the better of all the bikes out there in my views. Here comes the kid that's going to come over and start cleaning her truck. Here, my one lens is all smudged up. So I got to clean that up. Just those here that watch my channel, kind of makes the view that less attractive. I go through so many towels. Some people I'm sure like, why don't you put them in the washer? I'm like, no way, because it'll destroy your washer with all the chemicals. And I'd rather just buy more towels. Let's see if this is a... It is. And so I've got the Talon parked, which in some ways is going to be a problem. Let's get her kind of rolling back here. Yeah. So you just drop them. I just put them down here, and that way you don't have the water blasting all over my nice Mustang. And so yeah, she's on an adventure. She wants to go do that kayaking things. And what river are you going to?
The Point of Rocks.
Okay.
Kayak there all the time.
Okay.
We saw it yesterday and we wish we did.
Yeah, okay. Who's going with you? Who?
Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah, you met her.
I know.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to take?
I'm taking blue.
Oh, wow. She gets the orange, you get the blue one? I think the orange one's smaller. Are they the same size?
No, this one is.
Okay. Yeah. When's the last time we used those things? Like 3 or 4? 2020, wow.
With
4,
the lily pads.
wow, right. That's right. 4 years ago. That's what I was saying to everybody on my channel is because the lily pads kind of ruined our little kayaking out in the, which we could always go somewhere else, but we never did. But the kid is.
I'm going to go have an adventure.
The kid is. There's a spray 9 in that left bottle.
Okay.
So I would hose them down, then spray that on. So anyways, so here we are. It's a Monday. Don't really have a theme. I don't. It's just so much content, so much information and all. But you know what's really interesting is, you guys hear me in so many ways gripe about the YouTube world of trying to create an income through a YouTube channel, and it's challenging. And it's very challenging to do that. And I've got certain people that reach out and they kind of give me some ideas of what I should do, which I do appreciate that. And no, stay here, Keith. Stay here, oh boy. Okay, go on up, pups. Go on. And so, as time progresses with me on my channel, what I'm hearing, like George P., which I do really sincere his help, and others have mentioned to me as well, is that you gotta buy your business. You basically have to spend money to buy subscribers. And so to me, I've talked about this numerous times. And I'm very intrigued to know that. There you go. I'm gonna get wet. Everybody's gonna get wet. There you go. How about that, huh? Good. Yeah. So anyways, so George sent me a bunch of videos and companies that you literally can buy subscribers. And I was at the car show yesterday, and Brian, who is the key coordinator to that car show, he said there's an HBO series that I think I'm gonna get wet, because that lawn there, I just think I'm gonna get wet. I just think that's where it's all going here any second. Anyways, he claims that there's a whole HBO series of the fake. Basically, there were 3 people at HBO. I didn't watch it, but from the gist, what I got from his conversation was there were 3 individuals that HBO took and created their fake success in the social media, where they bought themselves their fake success. And I've said this so many times on my channel on how there's YouTubers out there that walk around and just talk malarkey of the profit. They predict the future of the world's dire straits, and they, yeah.
People yesterday were going swimming in Toys R Us. Can you go swimming in it?
Sure, it's a river, freshwater river.
I'm gonna go swimming with my wife.
Yeah, you got to get a life jacket.
Yes.
Have Hannah stop by Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart before she comes out here.
Okay, let me call her.
Because otherwise you're going to have to drive all the way up to town just to turn around and go back. So just tell her to get you guys some large life jackets. So anyways, and here's the thing. I'm not here to continue to harbor on me bitching about my channel. That isn't really the point of this conversation. The point is that it's becoming so more apparent as I'm over 4 years now into this channel, and as I try my best to bring content and create income from my efforts, it's becoming more and more apparent that apparently really the only way that starts to play out is you've got to buy subscribers by paying these companies to help your database grow, which gives more clickbait for the advertising money. And another thing, which George sent me, was a guy, Speed 719 or Speed 717, some guy out of Pennsylvania, which he's very successful because he has the raffles. And I've talked about this as well, like Cletus McFarland, these other YouTubers. When you have the money coming in that you can afford to raffle off nice cars, nice things, then sure, I can see that really would draw in people. If you had to give $10 or whatever the number is, I don't even know. I've never even looked into it. But the point is, you got to get the interaction with your community to really, I think, explode your channel. And what I've always heard is it's the one viral video, which, yeah, I guess. I don't know. So, once again, it isn't me here complaining this morning on Memorial Day by any means. I'm just sharing with you that after last week's conversation where I really kind of got pretty heavy into how much work this channel is in bringing content and the little return. And so what I kind of figured out over the weekend was if I really analyze how many hours a week I put into my channel, so think this through for those that are watching me. So right now, I probably average, I would say, probably 3 hours a day on content, of me creating content and publishing it. And I could go very conservative and say 2 hours a day, but I think it'd probably be more 3 hours. But even we'll just say, for the heck of it, we'll just say 15 hours a week, which is 60 hours in a month of me spending my time of bringing content and videoing things between all my conversations and my car addictions and our motorcycling and just adventures of me sharing with you. So if we just took 60 hours and I make $500 a month, that's basically, $8 an hour. That's where I am right now on my time and efforts. If I was putting in a little bit more, I really came down to the number, I'm probably at about $5 an hour. And once again, I'm not here complaining on my channel. I'm just sharing with you as I grow my channel and I learn how to make a better channel. And I'm having people reach out to me and explain to me what they for themselves, have witnessed and see. And I guess it's the sad facts that the so-called big subscribers, big YouTuber guys that portray themselves as having all these subscribers, they're just paying people off to make them look big, to create their YouTube channel to seem like it's some hot, really badass video channel. That's why, and I've had so many people on my channel reach out and they say, I'm blown away that you don't have 100,000 subscribers because of just the way I bring content and information on the channel. And so on this beautiful Memorial Day, it really is nice because it's cool, breezy. It's a typical mid-Atlantic, northeast type of overcast day. And this is what's crazy. If you look out over here, there's a big plastic thing out here in my yard. So what happened when I went to the airport to pick up my wife and daughter and mother-in-law, why is that's screwed on to this board? And so what happened? Why did this thing, you can see right here, this here, there's part of that still there, how it blew off. And then I have a sensor here that no longer is working, which that's interesting. So I got to put a new sensor in. So I can't see, the lights won't turn off. So there's some major hit somewhere on the property. I took the gate opener off, but there was some hit that I just don't know. I mean, just weird. And so like I told you, if you're listening to my channel, I literally had the power. We came home, the house only had power on, the barn and everything else was off. And inside my house, I've got a 90 amp breaker that I pulled from underground back in 2005 over to the barn. And once again, what happened? Why did that, so that was tripped in the barn. It was, the main breaker was tripped. And then the light is on a whole different breaker with the gate opener, and it was tripped. So today, on the Memorial Day, of those observing, those that gave honor to our country, this was so funny. I think it was a biker bug. I don't know. I just can't keep track of everything. But it was the other morning I complimented those for the fallen of our country, to protect and serve our country. And he's like, yeah, but then you get on these Japanese motorcycles and go ride your Japanese-made. Well, sadly anymore, what's made in America? I mean, I get the gist, but at the end of the day, sincerely, what is made in America? I mean, talking about all the components. And Honda is America-based, so many ways. I mean, today, how do you call out Honda, Toyota? I mean, how do you call these guys out when so much infrastructure today is local, stateside, for jobs, dealerships, finance, manufacturing? So it just isn't like it was in the 1960s when people despised the Japanese because of World War II. Back in that time, many people couldn't stand Japan because of what Japan wouldn't give up, and we had to nuke them to get them to finally put down their arms and raise the white flag. So if this was 1965, 68, the 1960, the memories of the Japanese from World War II, the Nazis, Hitler, the World War, people hated. I mean, people did not like the Japanese. So if you bought a Japanese, I can remember just being a kid back in the 70s. My dad, we lived out there in California. I remember you were frowned upon. My dad even was hesitant to buy a Datsun 280Z back in 1976 because he felt that he would be frowned upon. Because he worked with so many, former people that had family in war, and uncles and grandfathers and whatever, and also even back like in 1973, my dad bought a Toyota Celica GT used, and in some ways he was ashamed because it was supporting the Japanese that at one time so wanted to take over this country in so many ways and not let us win the war. So for the Memorial Day, the whole point is, yeah, I understand, you buy, but now, I mean, what's the biggest challenge we have more than ever, it's the constant rhetoric of the China. China, 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 China. China that's taken over the world, but now they're losing traction. I mean, so-called they are. Supposedly, the Chinese are definitely starting to feel the impact of other countries that just don't like their, what, baby?
There's water in here.
Right, let's see.
There's water in there.
Okay.
How do we get it out?
You sure there's not a plug on top? On the other end or something? Sometimes there's a little plug on top for you to be able to do that. If I remember right. Right there, here. See here, let me show you something. Here's the plug right here. See this here? So you got to get this plug out. See here, I'll just take it out for you. See it? Flip back over. Right here it is. Okay? That pulls out. There you go. It's coming. Want to help? Okay, good. Okay, it's, yeah, perfect. All right. Make sure that's, yeah, there you go. You going? Yeah, see, it's got a bunch of junk in there, so just bust that little plug off. Here, I'll hold it. I got it. Want my knife? No. Yeah, just do that. What you do is get your, oh, there's scissors right here. Boy, oh boy, look at this. Come here.
I saw them.
Yeah, you don't want to be inside there getting scissors on you. Take the scissors and cut off that bottom thing. Right to your left. Okay, and then what I do is, with this being up in the air like this, you should really need this thing against the barn up in the air like this. So do this here. Take this and lean it up and then hose this whole thing out so you get all this stuff out.
Okay, wait, there's stuff in here.
All right. Yeah, there's delaying the video here for everybody watching my channel.
Okay, I got it.
Not over there. No. Out here, you're gonna have that'll be a mud pit. Come over here. Come here. Over here. Put it over here. Just lean against that right there. Yeah, it's always it's a challenge to go have fun. Anybody know these stories? Yeah, look at Kiefer boy. So anyways, yeah. So China. Yeah. What's the goal of the Biden administration besides trying to shut down China's influence of the EV manufacturing by trying to ban them from this country by putting such high tariffs on them? But I've talked about it so many times on my channel. But yet, in so many ways, I thought it was more about the green agenda than the greed of the wealth of the people who get to make batteries and cars, domestic side. So what's the real underlying message? Besides, we all know. But yeah, I ain't going into all that today. As I said, didn't have a lot of content today. But as my channel grows, how do I diversify it? What do I do? Do I cave, and do I start spending thousands of dollars a month to get subscribers, to start making thousands of dollars a month? I don't know. I mean, and I hear people reach out all the time. If you would do more, like build a car or something, that's just not who I am. It just isn't going to happen on my channel per se. I mean, just like the Whipple Supercharger came in for my Ford Mustang. I'm sure some be like, why don't you put that on by yourself? There's no way. I just don't have the tools or knowledge. And that's just hard labor. I mean, I'm just sorry. I just don't have that calling for that. My channel, one person, one of the Mr. Fix-It, the help desk, he said, what's your mission? What's your goal in your channel? And I said to share with those my antics of constantly having to go out and buy yet another freaking car, truck, motorcycle, wherever it may be. But at the same time, it's my desire to be able to own as many cars as I can in my lifetime before I pass, and to have an experience of having so many different vehicles. That's just who I am, and I'll continue it as long as financially I can continue it. I mean, if I have any financial hardships, then that slows down pretty quickly. And as I say all the time, if I had any brains, the amount of money I pay per month for all these vehicles, I could just save up a few months. I could just go buy cash, check, and just buy a car every few months and just outright own it. Am I that smart? No, I'm not that smart. But that's the thing. But also, on my channel, my mission is sharing ideas and views and thoughts of who we are, where we are, and what's going on around us, and trying to keep it within reason of not getting too radical. So that's a whole other thing I love about my channel, is having the morning conversation, is having the interaction with others. And that's where, do you go live? You know, do you go to the polling? But then, you know, you start to take a lot of responsibility on when you start having conversations between many other individuals that want to interact, and it turns into a forum. And, you know, once again, if the money, the financial reward comes from all that, then sure, it's worth it. But when you're making $5 an hour for the amount of effort and time you put into this, it gets very challenging to stay motivated to want to do that type of stuff. I think my kid's calling me, but she's doing a great job here on getting the kayaks all cleaned up. What do you think, huh? Next will be the paddles, and yeah, you got it. So yeah, she's on job. It's looking pretty cool. So anyways, that's really about it. And it's just always sharing ideas and views, and doing the everyday morning conversation is a lot of work. You know, do I really keep it going? I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, in some ways, I don't know. I mean, it's just so much work for this just minuscule viewership and time that I get out of it. And so, and I'm giving it my best. I'm not here to say that I won't do morning conversations, but will I do it every day? I don't know. It's so much work for me to come up with views and ideas and thoughts, and then talk, and then just, you know, for the not much comes back from all the time and effort. So yeah, is it a burnout factor? It is. There's no doubt. This is a burnout factor type of social media, because you try to bring content to others to grow your channel. And what I'm hearing, you know, to me, which is so disappointing, you have to buy yourself, you have to create your fake following to make it look like so many people are intrigued by who you are. And that's becoming more and more the real story of, there's no doubt in my mind, Dan the Man, the Michael Bordino, the used car guy. There's just no way you can convince me that getting up every day, and it's the same message every day, that, hey, car prices are falling. Car prices are falling. You know, Dan the Man, hey, the banks are going to be closing anytime soon. Michael in Miami, hey, housing prices suck. You're going to get burned. I mean, really? And they get 100,000 plus views out of talking that way? I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm a big boy. I can take the abuse. People call me out. I don't really care. When you start paying all my bills, I'll listen to you. Till then, yeah, whatever. So, point is, I don't believe it. I think these are all fake YouTubers. They are. I mean, if George P is factual on sending me information on how to start buying subscribers, and I've heard this. I even heard from my good friend Joe that used to work for me. He told me this 4 or 5 years ago, that, you know, the way you get your channel to be big, you have to pay people you have to pay for the fake accounts. Wow, what a joke. You know what I mean? This is like me doing steroids this is me being like Lance Armstrong, doping myself to tell everybody I'm the best guy bicyclist in the frickin' world, but I'm just cheating my ass off. I mean, yeah. So anyways, that's it. Hope everybody has a blessed Memorial Day. And for those that have fallen, for those that have close to home, I feel for you. You know, it's incredible. And I'm sure some would be turning over in their grave to see what's going on in this country, on what's being pushed more than ever of the country that we think we know, but I don't think we do. I think it's all, where do you think we are? Where do you think we're going to be 20, 30 years ago? Where's Julia? What is a country like when Julia's my age? That's what I think about. Wow. All right, everybody. Hey, hope everybody has a blessed Memorial Day, and stay tuned for more adventures. And do you see you tomorrow morning? I don't know. We'll see. It's just all about staying motivated, but it's a lot of work, everybody. So everybody have a great day. God bless.